मेरे चैनल पे जो भी नए जुड़े हैं जल्दी से जल्दी लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए। तो बहुत मज़ा आएगा जब मैं गेम खेलूँगा। और आप अगर गेम खेलते हैं कि नहीं वो ज़रूर कमेंट कीजिए, ताकि मैं, अगर आप मुझसे 1 वर्सेस 1 खेलना चाहते हैं तो भी बोलिए, ज़रूर मैं कोशिश करूँगा। और प्लीज़ कमेंट कीजिए कि आप मुझसे कल खेलते हैं ना। जल्द से जल्द एक लाइक कीजिए और सब्सक्राइब करके चैनल पे जुड़े रहिए। बहुत फन होगा, बहुत मज़ा आएगा गेम प्ले में। लाइक करके सब्सक्राइब करके बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर दो, ताकि मैं जब भी लाइव आऊँ आपको पता चल जाए। ज़रूर कमेंट करना। जो नए जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। बहुत मजा आएगा गेम प्ले में। लाइक सब्सक्राइब करके चैनल को थोड़ा सपोर्ट कीजिए। जो भी नए जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, बहुत मजा आएगा। और कौन कौन ई फुटबॉल खेलते हैं प्लीज़ कमेंट करिए।
Luis Figo. Now there's a class act. That's a foul. Free kick's been given.
ये कौन सा गेम है? स्लाइड कर रेड कार्ड, पहले ही रेड कार्ड दे दिया।
Barcelona already a man down in these early stages and has left the boss thinking about what their chances. Well, his thinking may have been about making his presence felt.
पहले ही रेड कार्ड मिल गया।
The wisest of decisions.
प्लीज़ मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और जुड़े रहिए और लाइक कीजिए। जब भी मैं लाइव आऊँ तो आपके पास नोटिफिकेशन आ जाए, तो बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर दीजिए। और हाँ, अभी गेम खेल लेता हूँ थोड़ा।
Koulibaly. Serginho. For Koulibaly. And it's Ronaldinho. Neymar. Ronaldinho. Serginho. Stood up well to him there. Gerrard. Now Griezmann. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Threads one in. That looks a good ball through. And he's quick to get rid. And it's Gerrard. Beckenbauer. This is a promising build-up. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Looking for the run. Oh, super find. He's picked his way through. Tries a shot! Oh, wonderful! What a goal!
पहला गोल। जो नए जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए मेरे चैनल को।
You don't keep those outs. He just knew. Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter.
Absolutely impeccable.
So the first goal of the game.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Ronaldinho. Beckham. And Beckham! Well, the contact was true enough, the aim wasn't quite.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
And it's Beckham. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Neymar is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Can he get it through? And this is Ronaldinho. Now, can he finish? And no mistake.
जो नए जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ मेरे चैनल को लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बहुत मज़ा आएगा गेम प्ले में। और कौन कौन खेलता है ई फुटबॉल, कौन 1 वर्सेस 1 खेलना चाहता है वो भी बोलिए, कमेंट कीजिए कौन कौन ई फुटबॉल खेलता है। मज़ा आ रहा है ना गेम प्ले में? जिसको भी मज़ा आ रहा है प्लीज़ कमेंट कीजिए। अभी गेम खेल लेते हैं, उसके बाद आपका कोई क्वेरी होगा तो ज़रूर रेस्पॉन्स करेंगे। ज़रूर सेरिन के SKL08 ब्रो, बिल्कुल रिव्यू करूँगा ब्रो, बिल्कुल रिव्यू करूँगा। बिल्कुल रिव्यू करूंगा मैं, बिल्कुल। आप प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए मेरे चैनल को, मैं ज़रूर रिव्यू करूंगा, ज़रूर मैं रिव्यू करूंगा। अभी गेम खेल लेते हैं, उसके बाद बात।
Neymar, they're urging him to shoot. Roberto Carlos can get it clear. Roberto Carlos did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party. Can he finish? And he should have made them pay.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Roberto Carlos goes short. And a chance! Oh, good finish! With half-time at hand! Perfect timing! He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
And the referee has signalled for half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it.
Hello everybody.
It is.
जैसे कि मैंने बोला, मैं ज़रूर रिव्यू करूँगा, ठीक है। मैं अवार्ड देता हूँ तो करता हूँ, ज़रूर रिव्यू करूँगा। अगर 1 वर्सेस 1 खेलना भी चाहते तो ज़रूर खेलूँगा। अभी मैच खेल लेता हूँ।
Higher up the pitch, pass quicker and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Goals, goals and more goals. That's been the story of the half. The teams separated by the tiniest of margins at the break. The second half is up and running. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Looking for a runner. Well read. And the danger is averted. Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Figo being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Mackay. Almost an hour gone. Rijkaard. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Beckenbauer makes the interception. Azar plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Now it's Mackay. Now it's Azar.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Baresi. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Mackay. Beckham. Looking to play him in. And he is that. Oh, shooting chance! And he's stuck it away. There seemed no way back, but they are level. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Substitution on the field. Number 7, Kalidou Koulibaly. Number
The two
9,
coaches are signalling
Figo.
changes here, both at the
Number
same
8,
time.
Neymar.
Well, what a game we have on
Number
our hands
20,
here.
This is
Batistuta.
exactly the kind of contest
Coming on the
you'd
field.
expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so
Number
significant.
13, Serge Gnabry. Number 15, Azar.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Taking place.
Rijkaard. That's a good ball out wide. Nice interception, well timed. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Azar is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Azar.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Now it's Shevchenko. The shrill sound of the whistle, and that is that. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead.
Please turn
And after
your
all of that,
attention to
Jim,
the screen
what are you
for
thinking?
information
Well, Peter,
provided by the
I
local
suppose
police.
it's something. Not ideal for either side, of course, although if you look at the overall balance of things, neither did enough to win this, and I think the result is quite...
नाइस प्ले तो नहीं है, लेकिन मतलब क्या बोलूं, मैच ड्रॉ हो गया, इसका दुख तो बहुत है। अभी मैं आपका आईडी चेक करूंगा, देखिए भाई। KL08 ओके। फिर ये ओ सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी। मिल गया ब्रो। क्या आप 1 वर्सेस 1 खेलना चाहेंगे? आप कमेंट कीजिए और प्लीज़ मेरे चैनल को तो सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए।
Today it's happened. Today charger included.
नाइस टीम ब्रो, नाइस टीम, बहुत बढ़िया टीम है। जो जो मेरे लाइव में यहाँ पे जुड़े हैं ना, प्लीज़ एक लाइक और एक सब्सक्राइब करके मेरे साथ जुड़े रहिए। बहुत ही अच्छा है।
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're up and running.
Luis Figo, now there's a class act.
You can't disagree with that.
Well, he loves to roam across advanced midfield positions, but his most natural position is on the right side, where he uses a very clever brain to go and create.
Figo delivers. Camavinga. Oh no, this does not look good. Alexander-Arnold. Rijkaard. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Pato!
जरूर ब्रो। अब्दुल्ला 16 FT 1 वर्सेस 1 चाहिए, ठीक है, जरूर करेंगे। अब एक लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए, जरूर मैं करूँगा इस मैच के बाद।
Alexander-Arnold with the short one. He's having a hit! Oh,
Finish. Neymar probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Alexander-Arnold is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. No goals as yet. Figo. Looking to play him in. Figo in acres of space out wide. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Now it's Pato. And it's been played through. And he was quick to react. Rijkaard. Serginho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Shevchenko. Pirlo. Rijkaard. Searching pass he's played there. Beckham. And it's Neymar. That's Figo. Threads one in. Serginho gets into a good position. And it's Beckham. And Beckham!
इस गेम के बाद ना जरूर आपके साथ 1 वर्सेस 1 होगा। प्लीज लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करके चैनल के साथ जुड़े रहिए।
I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. And this is Beckham. Taken back almost at once. Serginho. And this is Neymar. In it comes. And he gets rid in a hurry.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And the referee has signalled for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. And maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period. Shapes to shoot! They've scored!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge.
and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
The goal scorer.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal. Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So the first goal of the game. Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more
Big chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get...
Goes for a shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Barcelona really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
So we've reached the hour mark. Ronaldinho plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Can he get onto this? So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to decide whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he has to factor in yet, so let's see.
And the shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Figo has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Lobbed in behind. Schlotterbeck attempts a clearance. Can he latch on to this? So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period, and the score is 1-0. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Neymar, that's destined for the flank. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Figo. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Munich clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Oh no, what has happened here? Oh, just skips past his man. Neymar. Chance for a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Neymar really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
The message is simple: defend this with your lives. They've played it short. An instinctive delivery. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Will be 3 minutes added time.
He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
This their second corner of the game. And he's there to clear it. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. There's the shot! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
अब्दुल्ला 69, क्या आप है तो मुझे बोलिए। जरूर 1 वर्सेस 1 करूंगा, अगर है तो आप बोलिए।
दो से पहले
जो नए नए जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब और लाइक करके पास में रहिए, और बहुत मज़ा होगा गेम जब चलेंगे ना, बहुत मज़ा आएगा जब गेम प्ले होगा। और अगर आप ई फुटबॉल खेलते हैं तो प्लीज़ कमेंट कीजिए, अगर नहीं खेलते हैं तो भी कमेंट कीजिए। अगर खेलते हैं, अगर 1 वर्सेस 1 करना चाहते हैं तो ज़रूर कमेंट में बताइए, और प्लीज़ एक लाइक कर दीजिए, एक लाइक, बस एक लाइक मैं मांग रहा हूँ, एक लाइक और एक सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए चैनल को प्लीज़।
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's down to business here. Longevity, loyalty, leadership, just a few of the words that spring to mind when you're watching the eternal Francesco Totti.
Yeah, he is...
Shoots! There's an early warning shot across the bow.
Well, how about that touch, Peter? I mean, that was brilliant. He got the ball to go exactly where he wanted it. The touch was perfection, the finish, imperfection.
Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, what a mistake! That has been cut short. Koulibaly. And it's Rijkaard. Here's Figo. Alonso. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Neymar does really well to win the ball there. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. That is a great pick out. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Knocks it into space. Ronaldinho. And that should get the job done. It's their second corner of the game. Tries to get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. It's a pretty loose pass. Can he get it through? And that could set him on his way. That's been slipped through. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. And that was asking for too much. Szoboszlai. Nicely weighted ball. He's in plenty of space here. And the shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Beckham. Totti pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Oh, nicely intercepted. Koulibaly. Ronaldinho plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now.
There they go, hunting again.
Vigo is fouled, and he's going to have his name taken. Threads one in. Oh, super find. And this is Bernardo Silva. Koulibaly gets a foot in here. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Serginho gets into a good position. Cleared away. And the referee has blown for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So neither side has found a way through yet.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition, something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. Back on the way then. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Vigo. Koulibaly. Pressing high and with purpose. Alexander-Arnold is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. He's got away with one there.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
And this is Batistuta. And he's there to belt it away. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Beckham. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not...
He's been taken out, could that be a penalty? The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction.
This looks like a more than decent chance to strike. Off the post! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
We're talking fine margins, very fine margins.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. It's a really well-measured ball. It's a promising position. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. And that has been cleared. Has crossed into the middle. And it's claimed by the keeper. Vigo. And it's Neymar. That's a nicely shaped ball. And Batistuta! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Well, it goes to show you there's a lot you can do if you have willing runners like that. You'll always get that chance. And it's quite direct from them. It's actually quite long from back to front.
Serginho. And it's Olmo. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. That's a cute ball. Lovely, now then.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is...
Oh, they could be caught out here. Always goal side. Batistuta. And that has sent him sprawling.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will be one.
That's just playing
minute
it safe
time.
and simple.
Now it's Batistuta. And he's there to make the challenge. And that'll be the end of that. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression. Despite all the huff and puff. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
You could try to hide. I see you in disguise, baby. You can tell a lie. Oh, you can't fake it. Listen to your playlist when I'm alone. I know you hate it. I feel it in your tone, baby. You can't replace it. Pick up the phone. Just admit that you want a piece of me. I'll make you feel like magic. I'll make you feel like magic. I'll make you feel like magic. I'll make you feel it. I'll make you feel like. I see what you want. You'll be thinking about the way I turn you on. But you see in the oasis in my palm. Take a sip, come on, you need something easier. I'll make you feel like, say, ooh, who am I gonna make you feel like? Slim waist, got a face like moonlight. Two step into a new life. X left, so I knew I had to move right. I think you might be the next best. I've been looking for a new bite. So let me show you what to do right. Yeah, yeah.
मेरे चैनल में जो भी नए जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए।
I'll be making you laugh, making you numb. See, I am
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
मेरे चैनल में जो भी नए जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और देखते रहिए गेम प्ले, बहुत मज़ा आएगा, बहुत मज़ा आएगा। अगर आप
There's a player below us, Peter, that I've always admired. Franco Baresi, a defender with wonderful composure and discipline. Of course, I'm surprised by your assessment there. Yeah, one of the great liberos. His intelligence put him on a level higher than the rest, I think. Space for him to turn and look. Ronaldinho's impressive jump. And he's done it! Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige. So
That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
India are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Figo is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Antonio Silva, great ball if he can get there. Can he finish? Oh, that is rather wayward. And he's there to retrieve it. And here's Figo. Now it's Figo. He is through here. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Neymar! And he has kicked it out.
नए जो जुड़े हैं ना प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बहुत मज़ा आएगा गेम प्ले में, सच में। एक लाइक करके बने रहिए, गेम देखिए चैनल के साथ और लाइव में बने रहिए।
And he gets rid in a hurry. He'll try from distance. Oh my!
प्लीज़ एक लाइक कीजिए इस गोल के लिए।
He's got himself an
Absolute peach. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Baresi gets it clear. And this is Neymar. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Now, can they get him all? And the shots! Just cruising! They are cruising!
प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए जो भी नए जुड़े हैं, बहुत मज़ा आएगा गेम प्ले में, साथ बने रहिए।
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way. On a wood stage, he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's a wonderful strike.
लेकिन चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके प्लीज़ बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर दिए ताकि मैं जब भी लाइव आऊँ वो आपके पास नोटिफिकेशन आ जाए। और एक लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करने में क्या आता है, क्या आ जाता है, एक लाइक और एक सब्सक्राइब कीजिए प्लीज़। अभी चेंज करना पड़ेगा सीबी को क्योंकि मेरा तो रेड कार्ड खा गया था ना। ये कालू वाली है, इसको चेंज कर लेंगे, काली वाली, काली दो काली वाली। अभी 30% हो गया है, ठीक है, लेकिन
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
A little bias on my part, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the greatest fullbacks around, certainly when it comes to attacking creativity. So naturally you'll be bound to see him in the final third, where he can get the very best out of his strengths.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That'll be a throw. An instinctive delivery.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
De Bruyne. Batistuta. Great vision. That looks a cracking ball. And this is Ronaldinho. Can he finish? It's there!
जो भी मेरे चैनल पे नए नए जुड़े हो, प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर लो। बहुत मज़ा आएगा गेम प्ले में। और अगर आप ई फुटबॉल खेलते हैं तो ज़रूर कमेंट कीजिए ताकि मैं आपके साथ 1 वर्सेस 1 खेलूं। ठीक है, जल्दी लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए प्लीज़।
Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Looking for options for movement. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Ball looks a good one. Oh, and there's the shot!
That's a good finish. And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Kukcu has a look and plays it forward. Can he get it through? That's a nicely shaped ball. And Batistuta! It is a fantastic goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
The goal scorer after 30 minutes.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish. Madrid with the lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Serginho! Ah, such a clever touch. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Batistuta. Now it's Totti. And here's Batistuta. Nicely shaped ball. Serginho. That's going across goal. Adams tries to clear. Batistuta. Beckham. Now Neymar. And here's Batistuta. Threads one in. Neymar! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
Adams is there and he can get that clear. Serginho. There's the delivery.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
And the whistle goes for
half-time.
जो भी मेरे चैनल पे नए नए जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करके गेम प्ले देखिए, बहुत मज़ा आएगा, बहुत मज़ा आएगा गेम प्ले करके। लेकिन प्लीज़ एक लाइक कीजिए, एक लाइक और एक सब्सक्राइब कीजिए प्लीज़, और बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर लीजिए ताकि मैं जब भी लाइव आऊँ आपको पता चल जाए। अगर आप eFootball खेलते हैं तो ज़रूर कमेंट में
So that's
बताइए।
how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Ah, good steal, he just read it. And he's there to get it away. And it's Koulibaly. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. Beckham is behind this one.
This is the sort of thing he craves, a chance.
Beckham! That is some save from Khan. Beckham to take it as usual. That's a decent clearance. Koulibaly. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Bojan Krkic is flagged offside. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Real chance! Goal! It's level again! What a match we have!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So again, we have parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And he's quick to get rid. He's a sharp little ball here. Strong challenge, that could leave the mark. Ronaldinho couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it. Yeah, chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Substitution on the field. Number 3.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Batistuta. Number 9.
Bops him off it and wins back the ball.
Number 8. Neymar.
Mbappe!
Number 2.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Number 17. Didier Drogba. Number 13.
Just eases him off the ball. Now, can they get him away?
Hazard. Number 10.
Delivery from Mbappe.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
Oh, terrible pass. Yeah, that looks a decent ball. Dink through. Nice interception, well timed. Loose. And the finish! Keeper's not concerned by that. Looking for the run. Oh, that's well spotted.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Steep and back. It's bounced back off the post. Can he finish? Big relief, it just needed better contact. Neymar, quality ball. Can he get on the end of this? Gnabry picks it up out wide. Plenty to aim at here. So close, but that is as good as it gets. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Everybody,
The game yet to
welcome
kick
to
off.
today's match.
The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And that gets things running. Well, Jim, Tony Adams, of course, is the absolute colossus in defence, isn't he?
Absolutely, and we all know about his defensive prowess and his leadership, but I think a lot of people overlook his versatility and his adaptability.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's the way he's developed a more expansive front-footed game over the years. That's highly impressive.
Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And we have our very first corner.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Argentina have the chance to go the other way. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's been played through. He's shifting through the gears here. Shoots! Against the crossbar. Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Totti just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Serginho
Oh, great feat, that.
drives it in. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Now it's Totti. Now it's Shevchenko. Van der Vaart providing an outlet on that flank. Van der Vaart! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And it's been taken short. He's had a shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Argentina have their second corner now. Serginho gets it away. It may be goalless, but... oh, that's ambitious! And he's gone looking for safety. That's rather hopeful! Gave it a go, but off target.
Well, he's hit it well enough for me. I suppose it could be a deliberate attempt to just draw that defence out.
Just eases him off the ball. Now he's got space here. Shevchenko is in a really good position out wide.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Neymar is someone with real dynamite in his boots. No, he's not getting past him there. And it's Figo. Alexander-Arnold. Neymar. And it's Serginho. And here's Ronaldinho. Oh, strongly challenged there. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up
There
again.
will be 1 minute
Koulibaly
added time.
makes the interception. Beckham. And here's Batistuta. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started.
Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
like और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए
The
मेरे
first
चैनल
half
को, बहुत
compared with
मजा
your
आएगा देखने में।
expectation. It's a bit disappointing the way the
जब भी
team
live आऊं
couldn't make the
तो
most
आप
of
लोग
what
को
looked like a
पता
pretty
चल जाए।
high-octane start, Peter. But this break should give them enough time to rediscover their focus and intent and start the second half in a similar manner. They have to keep believing.
We are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. So neither side has yet broken through. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Argentina can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Neymar. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Searching pass he's played there. Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Figo. Fiore. Pinches it off him. And the pass is intercepted. Van der Vaart. Looking to play him in. He's picked his way through. That is a crunching tackle. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Beckham. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given.
Yeah, it would seem a little too far out, and this will probably be a dink far post.
David Beckham! Another picture postcard goal! A finish of true class! And late in the day, a telling moment.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks.
And the shot! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having winning runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Number 13,
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated.
Yamal!
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Tries to play it through. Serginho. He is just caressing the ball. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. And we have our very first corner. He leaps for it! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Played into space. It's a sharp little ball here.
Munich are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Great vision. Mbappe! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And he thumps it clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Looking to play him in. Vigo gets into a good position. Alexander-Arnold is onto this. He's free, he has got space. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Neymar does well to get it back. Nicely shaped ball. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Marquinhos. And it's Beckham. Neymar. This might spell danger. Goulet. De Bruyne. Can he get on the end of this? Given offside once more.
Munich truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Rijkaard. Searching pass he's played there. Goes for a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Bellingham clears without hesitation. De Bruyne. Threads one in. Mbappe! And he's lost his man here. Now, who's going to be first to this? He's come in hard. Batistuta.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Van der Ven kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. So a temporary halt to the action. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead.
And that gives them something to build on after the break. Well, for me, Peter, playing some really got going, but at least
Good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. Back on the way then.
Munich can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And here's Batistuta. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Batistuta. Oh, he's bustling through here. Borussia Dortmund needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Held by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Looking for options for movement. Chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no...
Oh, he's been caught napping. Great chance! And no mistake. They have come roaring back.
Well, they were starting to look more and
जल्दी से एक लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, एक लाइक कर दीजिए जितना जल्दी हो सके।
Trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Tries a deft little ball. Mbappe made a good run there.
I think there were a few doubts for a split second, Peter, as to whether he was offside. I think he really got away with one there.
Alexander-Arnold promptly onto that, and that is that.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He has found a way through. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Bellingham. Played out towards the right wing. Tries to pass it through. That is good alertness.
Munich clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Bellingham. That's really well manoeuvred. Neymar. And this is Batistuta. Look at the it's Ronaldinho! Incredible! Just incredible! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
De Bruyne coming on the field. Number 23, Vitinha. Number 18, Ronaldinho.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Well, they've done the hard part, now to survive the last few minutes.
Well, what an end to the game, Peter. But now comes the overwhelming question, how long is there left, including stoppages?
He's being urged to shoot. And that was very necessary. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What
a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good.
Ronaldinho voted man of the...
Always with each other. I said you run like a racehorse. I said you're tough like a chainsaw. I said it took a long, long time to get here, but yeah we made it, yeah we made it. Every silver line was a gold mine as the sun was fading. Yeah, we made it. Yeah, we made it. Lost your mother. Don't know if you'll recover.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're up and running.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
The defence proved infallible then. Mbappe! A real chance and a real let-off.
Shun and Belmare certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Great vision. Now this could be a chance.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And he can thump it away. Serginho spots it and intercepts. So it is still 0-0. Beckham. Played into space. That's been cut out, well played. There could be trouble here. Marquinhos calmly anticipates. Neymar is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
And it's Neymar. And that has left him in a heap. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he has shown him a yellow card. And looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge. Beckham with a real chance here. Beckham! Brilliant! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Oh, that is a bit special.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
After 28 minutes is number 23, David Beckham.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Well, that pass isn't the best. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Figo, tantalisingly brilliant, at times unstoppable. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Alexander-Arnold. Foot in. Alexander-Arnold. Figo. Rijkaard. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And we've reached half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the 1 goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. The second half is up and running.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Oh, and Batistuta! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. And that has been knocked clear. Nice control. In towards the back stick. That's a decent clearance. Marquinhos. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And he's worked it through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nice bit of trickery. Hoisted in. Oh, he's been caught napping. And it's Rodri. He's having a hit! And that will sail harmlessly past.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Beckham. Oh, it's Batistuta. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Plays it through. Vigo providing an outlet on that flank. It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Shoot! It's in! Do not write them off! Back they come! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Substitution on the field. Number 24, Mbappe.
So changes afoot
Number
here,
8,
and from both sides.
Number
So
10,
they have it all to do
George Best.
again.
Well, at this
Number
stage, Peter, it's going to
22,
come down to how badly they
Johnson.
want to win this.
Coming on the field, number 13, Shevchenko.
And it's Neymar.
Number 9,
And this is Ronaldinho.
Rafinha. Number 18,
Serginho gets into a good
Ronaldinho.
position.
Number 11,
Well,
Kukçu.
that might be that, Peter.
Substitution.
Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Ronaldinho. Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. Good take, and is he in? Now he's got space here. It's a pretty loose pass. And we're done. Decent game of football that, intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Beckham voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Fellow attendees, this is a
How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Munich can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
Well, thanks. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie.
everybody,
The
and
fans have
welcome
pulled
to
out all the
today's
stops
match.
to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So that's got things underway. There is the lithe figure of Ed Milson.
Well, I think it's his athleticism that's helped him pioneer that style of playing out from the back, probably before the term even existed.
Can he finish? Manchester United have a free kick. And the referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Now it's Beckham. Neymar. He's through here. And he's there to get it away. Ball's gone out of play. Camavinga. Oh, it's a chance! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And he welcomes it in, and he cuts out the supply. And he's managed to get rid. Oh, he's all alone. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Now it's Neymar. Serginho. And he's got the beating of his man. He's one-on-one, shot! He's had a shot! And he's stuck it away. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense...
Great chance! And it's there! They are purring, truly purring. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Number 24.
A case now of complete control.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Alexander-Arnold. And it's Serginho. And here's Ronaldinho. And he's managed to get free. And the cross comes in. That's a decent clearance.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Edmilson. Oh, that's fabulous. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And there's no surprise who's taking this corner. Defending of the desperate variety. Koulibaly. Alexander-Arnold.
Alexander-Arnold really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Serginho with the clearance. And the shot! Off the post! And this could be the final action of the first half. Cleared without hesitation. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will. Some first-half thoughts?
Munich couldn't have really done much worse. At least now they can rethink their game plan and try to refocus. But I have to say, it's looking very unlikely that they're going to get anything out of this game now.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. 45 minutes to change their fate. Serginho calmly anticipates. Beckham. Not the most accurate pass. That's a nicely shaped ball. There's the shot! Oh no, a quite unbelievable miss.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Looking to play him in. So much time and... Judge, surely! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And Batistuta! Oh, he's been caught on it here. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Oh, super ball. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Figo. He's got away. Camavinga cuts it out. And that has left him in a heap. Neymar is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Serginho, and he welcomes it in. Mbappe! Oh, that's fabulous! sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. Just cruising, they are cruising.
नए नए जो भी जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करके चैनल के पास रहिए, सपोर्ट कीजिए। बहुत मज़ेदार गेम प्ले होगा, बहुत मज़ेदार गेम प्ले होगा, सच में बहुत मज़ेदार गेम प्ले होगा।
Programs are available from stands located by the gates. I'm sure they will make fine souvenirs.
Let the beat drop. Ready for the beat, yeah.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So off we go then. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
It's a really well-measured ball. That's a good foray he's making. It's a promising position. Looks across and plays it in. Serginho. Oh, shooting chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two.
Raul. And he's managed to get free. He slings it in.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
That'll be a throw-in. That is good progress on the left. And this is Neymar. Beckham! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Caceres. He's going to be disappointed with that. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And this is Ronaldinho. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Yeah, we can't fault him for the attempt, although it might have been a case of momentary tunnel vision then.
Engages and forces him off the ball. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and it's Inzaghi! It's there! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
After 29 minutes is number 20, Filippo Inzaghi.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get onto this? Alexander-Arnold is always looking to play quality balls. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Rijkaard demonstrating his defensive quality there. Over to the right flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, great defending, that needed doing. Serginho can clear it away. Knocks it into space, and he's worked it through. Oh, good ball! True class! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted it.
And that signals the end of the first period.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Oh, who could have predicted a scoreline like this after just 45 minutes? The sides separated by 2. And we are back on the way. He's picked his way through. Can he finish? Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Nicely weighted ball. Decent chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Twice because the table is crawling with nonsense, and I won't say it second time, cause I downright nearly lost my mind. Put it on the table, don't you ask me twice, because the table is crawling with questions, and I surround myself with good these days, cause the trouble will take you far astray. Not picking me up, or just kicking a can down the road, telling me yes when it really ain't it, and I don't wanna stay in this place, no. Bringing me down, not picking me up, yeah. kicking a can down the road, telling me yes when it really ain't it. And I don't wanna stay in the place, no. So I put it on the table, I won't ask you twice, because I'm grown and I've been here before. It's been too long and life's too short to sit around just feeling so. Put it on the table, I won't ask you twice, because the light bulb is energy saving, and it takes its time illuminating. And I will see all of the mess you're making, the mess you're making.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, we're on the way. Well, Edmilson's selection has certainly attracted some scrutiny, but the man himself looks, as ever, Jim, utterly unfazed.
Yeah, I like him because he's got a certain elegance about him, Peter. We all know Brazilian players love the idea of getting forward, and he's probably one of the better defensive players on the ball.
So no gung-ho.
Berbatov! Goal! Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And here's Inzaghi. It's a promising position. It's a goal kick. Edmilson. Goulet. And this is Shevchenko. Oh, that's fabulous. And Shevchenko! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
And it's Neymar. And this is Inzaghi.
Munich are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Messi. Koulibaly did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Goulet. Shevchenko is onto this. And he's been shifted off it. Rijkaard. And it's Neymar. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Played into space. Neymar. Rijkaard. Goulet. Rijkaard demonstrating his defensive quality there. Serginho clears without hesitation. Threads one in. Alexander-Arnold ventures forward.
That's good play from him.
Alexander-Arnold plays it in. Cafu gets it away. And claimed it back swiftly. Berbatov.
Munich certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Looking to play him in. Shevchenko. Messi. Cafu picks it up out wide. And that is out of play. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Koulibaly. And that brings the first half to a close. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Berbatov! And how good was that? About as smooth as it gets. And there's the goal they've been looking for. The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
India are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Koulibaly wins the duel this time. And this is Berbatov. And this is Berbatov. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
And it's Figo. Could move up a gear here. Can he finish? And that's a sharp finish. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Just one in it now.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Ronaldinho.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He has found the way through. Crosses it in here. Well, there's the... And the shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Figo clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Goulet. Ball played for Rijkaard. Foot in. Now it's Goulet. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Koulibaly. And it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho on a strong run here. Ronaldinho. He's found the way through. That looks a good cross. And that has been cleared.
Well, there's plenty...
Can he finish?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Figo. He is through here. Oh, he's played it in low. Defending of the desperate variety.
Munich really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
It'll be a throw-in.
Substitution on the field. Number 10, Shevchenko. Number 18, Berbatov.
Deep into stoppage time. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A game of margins of thrills. The